Hello and welcome everybody back to the Dumbass class with me, Dyslexic Gamer. As we come back from our little hiatus, our unplanned hiatus, but we are back with Warhammer Fantasy.
Aye, that took
What's it called?
fucking ages. Mordheim,
Shadow
City
of
of the Damned.
Mordheim.
Mordheim City of the Damned. That's the one. We are back with that. In the last episode, our group of adventurers had found out that there was a mysterious woman in the slums who had been very grievously injured. She had big wounds on her that appeared to be healing, but in a very strange way. One of our group was able to understand what she was talking, the magical language that she was speaking in, and knows a dark secret about that person. Namely that she's a vampire. But she's a good vampire. She is actually helping Siegfried Hoff and helping Beliarius, the local wizard, to protect Siegfried Hoff. Whilst this conversation was going on, Billy Bob had disappeared and he had gone to the black market. Billy Bob, have a little think about what you wanted to do whilst you were there. To remind Lysiara, she has a piece of parchment in her person, in her belongings, which is a trophy list that was given to her by a big game hunter. There is a list of items on there that she can peruse, or invite the rest of the group to go and meet said hunter.
Yeah, for big game hunter is kind of small.
You don't know that. Shush. The Brander Caligo, the leader of the Raven Guard Knights in Siegfried Hoft, was badly injured by a attack by a vampire that had managed to infiltrate Siegfried Hoft. He has told the team that in 2 weeks they will be hunting out the threat, and that they should occupy themselves however they wish. To elaborate, I believe the team told Brander where the tracks had ended when they had gone to the city of Stirling, the capital city.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, we have.
He is sending scouts out to, scout out the area, and he'll be gathering his forces and more than likely acquiring the use of the Bloody Rain and your own warband. You still have, I think you're only 2 days in, so it is currently the evening. I believe the rest of the group were heading back to the Wolf's Head Inn. You'll have no problems getting there. You'll see there are still a few ladies of the night, shall we call them, plying their trade, but they all look worried. They all look scared. They're out here for pure necessity. If they didn't need the money, if they didn't need food, they would not be out here. But you don't see any nefarious activities. There are no muggings. You just notice that everyone's on edge. Billy Bob, as you enter the black market of Siegfried Hoft, there are probably about a third of the number of vendors and brigands and scum. It's almost dead in here. There are a few sellers. Every seller appears to have hired more muscle, as there are clearly, they're not well armed. These are civilians that they've paid some money to look stronger than they are. They're not. But you get the idea of when you go down there, this place must have been hit as well. They didn't get off unscathed. Was there anything in particular you wanted to look for, or any one in particular you wanted to talk to?
I kind of just wanted to see the state of affairs.
Sure. Then you walk.
Can I? Is there any way I can ask around to see if anyone down here, like, who got hit and like just get more info?
Sure, you can roll gossip. Um, you know
Try.
thieves. You know thieves can't. So I would give you a +10 because you can walk round. If you hear, someone speaking in thieves can't, you're already on a better standing.
Yeah, you can understand that when that guy's out asking for a nice cutlery set, he's actually asking for a bunch of swords. And a pitchfork for some reason.
Pitchforks. Your handy dandy tool for every riot.
I'm gonna fortune that.
Sure. Okay, so as you walk around, you hear several people speaking in cant, mainly about how muscle is low. It looks like the whatever it was that attacked just went on a slaughtering spree. It appears as if from the gathered chatter that you can hear, you get that it started in the slums. That's where the vampire made itself known. And you see someone who you've met before. And you approach him and you ask. And he looks down at you and you remember this is Muggy. The one who actually told you about the black market in the first place. And no one around here really truly believes that it was a vampire. They think it was just some crazy person or some nut job or someone on some crazy shaman drugs that gave them more strength and more veracity. And as you speak to Muggy, he tells you that most of the criminals are getting out of here. He's had words that several criminal carters that have been operating for a long time, just nothing too illicit. A bit of slavery here, some drug dealings there, some poisons every now and then. They're gone. And Muggy seems quite worried at this fact that his contacts outside of Siegfriedhoft, they're not there anymore. Ravens don't come back, carrier pigeons don't return. It's just silence. And as you look around and you look at what the sellers are selling, you notice that there's nothing really here. It looks as if most of them are clearing out, trying to leave Siegfriedhof with as little baggage as possible.
I'd probably tell him what I know about the vampires, just as a return favour. And then head out of there.
Can you roll me a... Let me have a look. So it'd be something to do with fellowship. It'd be like a charm test to try and get him to believe that. Because everyone's in this... You're not quite sure if it's intentional or if it's just, you tell him and he just... Whilst it does seem to sink in, he just doesn't. He just brushes it off. It can't be. Vampires haven't been seen in. Vampires would never attack. And it's almost, you see in his eyes, it's almost like he's telling himself that.
Believe what you want to believe. And then I'll head off.
Sure. So back at the Wolf's Head Inn. Unless any of you wished to go anywhere else.
I mean, if there's still some nice daylight, I'll be testing out a nice knife.
No, by this point it has got quite dark. You could
But if not, then nah.
you could possibly do it at the Wolf's Head. Let me have a look at the map. They would probably let you do it out the back, because they have got a long narrow street. Actually, I should probably.
I'll do it tomorrow when it's brighter and I've not got a chance of actually losing the knife. I did just spend like an insane amount of gold on a knife.
The thing
Sure.
is, you shouldn't be afraid of losing the knife. You should be more
I
afraid
don't know this.
of throwing the knife and it coming back at you and you're not seeing it and actually stabbing you.
Sadly,
I
it's not
don't-
the knife of boomeranging; it's the knife of flight.
You're
Oh,
you're
yes,
over.
never mind,
Look,
never mind.
look, you're overthinking that. It's fine. Knife's fine.
It's just a silver knife that cost me a small fortune. But hey, it's a very good silver knife.
Is that dog I see box one?
In your room,
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
Good boy.
puppy.
Pet.
Yes, he knows pretty much that you're here, and it's like, I can appear. Awesome. So you all return, and you are greeted by the tavern keeper and his sister. They, seeing that the sun has set, they bring over a meal and a drink. At the table that you've basically reserved by now. You excuse me. You would note that there are very few people in the Wolf's Head tonight. You still see Bill and Ted and one other very drunk patron, but that's about it.
So the bloody rain did not return to the town.
So last time the bloody rain came back, and then once they found out that Siegfried Hoff had been attacked and there was a vampire on the loose, they went nuts. Not they. Ugh, let me go and find his name. The leader.
Their leader.
Their leader went nuts, and he basically stormed off. Damatus. He stormed off, took his warband, and swore bloody vengeance, or at least swore that he would make blood rain down. And he's gone at the moment, but hopefully he'll return in time.
Well, depends what time and with what intent. Like, that guy is crazy.
I also forget, how long do we have until we've kind of got to like be in town for a job?
2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, you've got 2 weeks until Brander's scouts would have returned, and he would have had a layout of the area and be able to call upon resources. So it might be another week after that.
Still enough time to go to that cave or to go treasure hunting.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Am I the only one that can see the trophy list?
It's on a piece of paper.
Can
You're
you
the only
all
one.
see
I
it?
think you're the only one who can read.
You're the only
No,
one
no.
in character. You're the only one who knows about it and has it. But I think everyone has access to it. I will check.
Okay. It's just
All players. Yeah.
a few of these items are like, dude, that's not possible. Green skins don't have nutsacks, do they?
They have sacks to keep nuts in.
I hope. I hope that's what he means.
Oh, you never really got the opportunity to ask about the items on the list, so
I don't know if Luciana would know this, but OC. I know about the last item of the list, which I will rip off and burn like he asked. But like,
sure,
dude,
you only have to rip that off if you don't know don't know about them. If you know about them, then you can keep it on there.
Okay, then I'm gonna keep it on, but I do know about them. Okay. I'll share the information with the people about the list. The easiest thing for us to find right now is the giant spiders. We know what they are. We could go there right now, or in downtime.
We could also buy the key.
We could. It would be 5 gold crowns per head. You guys have that?
Well, he wants
Yeah,
15
good
gold. He
check.
wants 15 gold for the key.
Wasn't it 25? On my quest list that I keep separate is 25 to unlock.
25. Did I say 25? It was quite a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, I might have been 25 then. The problem is I didn't write down how much.
Yeah, it's like GM changed it, disputes it.
No, I mean, if you want to keep it 15, it's just that.
No, that's fine. It's probably because you're getting 2 keys. I think that's why.
I get you. Anyway, we could spend this downtime going after those spiders.
Treasure hunting.
Trophy list. And if you,
I'm up for it.
and I mean, if you guys do want, you could always meet with Carl Bogman. He's a cool chap. But
Let's purchase us a key.
indeed,
I'd be interested to know who I'm doing business with. I'd like to meet him.
there will be a small smile at the corner of my lips. Like, sure. He'll probably show himself to just about anybody. Very well. If you want to meet him, we shall meet him. Oh, and the price for the keys is 25 gold crowns. Is everybody okay with sharing the price?
I pull out 5 gold. Very well.
Nod. Warhammer, Gabriel.
I
Really bad.
suppose that we could pay that. She's doing like intentionally over the top, make it seem like it's a hassle to get 5 crowns out of her pretty full coin purse.
Well,
I
let's settle then.
think you've got a bit too much coin in there if you got so much trouble getting it out.
I've been
Well,
thinking of upgrading my lodgings.
Aye, maybe.
But Billy Bob, Helmer,
actually,
Captain.
is Billy Bob here?
Would I be back?
You'd be back by now. Because you left kind of halfway into their conversation last time, or at least 3/4 of the way
Anyways,
through.
I was just gonna say,
you can
we
just yeah, I already put the 5 gold off of my list, so you can already use it. It's just I already put my part in.
same, and I think Billy Bob's thing happened the same time we were going to see the vampire, because he split off from us before we actually got
No,
there.
so he did go down with you guys, but towards the end of the conversation, he rolled stealth and sneaked off.
Because I thought he snuck off just as we were getting to the alleyway. You know, we found the nice house.
He did roll stealth at that time, and he was fanning around in that area, but he did go down. But then
Have
left.
we already went to Hagarin to get our weapons back, or is that not yet done?
So you gave him the weapons today. A day hasn't
Okay, so
actually
it's still
passed
today.
since the
Okay.
last
Yeah.
session so long ago. A day has not yet passed.
Yeah,
I'm the only
sorry,
person
that's
who's
because
had their
of
weapons
my
silvered. And
I
that's
mean, I
because
still have like my club, so that's good.
He did
And
say
I
that
didn't
you
get
can pick
I
it up
didn't get my
tomorrow.
weapon silvered, so
He did say you can get it tomorrow.
Okay. Just
and I still have my shit with me because I didn't get it silvered, so
Also, I have a spare sword.
To the cart with you.
To the cart! Tiddle-oo-doo.
So you all have an enjoyable meal. You sit around and talk about your plans, and before long, you all feel the need for a long night's rest. In the morning, you are all greeted, individually or all together, by the young daughter of what's your name again? Of Beatrix. Yes, the young daughter of Beatrix. And as she sees you coming down, she goes and informs the kitchen, and within moments you have a plate of cooked meats and eggs and breads. It appears as if someone has told them to maybe up the portion sizes that you're being given.
Interesting.
Aye, lots of proteins. Good. I'm gonna need to bloody well bulk up if I'm gonna keep wearing this armor. He says, whilst already in the morning in his full plate armor, well, not full plate armor, but in his just having his chest plate on. It's like, fuck, this thing is heavy.
You'll get used to it, Nazareth. I mean, you bought the bloody thing, didn't you?
I get it. I can already tell Hagrid made this thing. Because I'm pretty sure this thing could take a bloody musket. Just a point blank and I'd be fine. Okay, maybe that's a bit too much, but Hagrid made it so it'll be good.
Don't go around getting a shot, Nazareth. That's not exactly good for your health.
If you think that I'm stupid enough to just go out and ask to be shot, you're wrong.
I mean, you've been bitching about this armor being too heavy all bloody day yesterday.
Eh,
That's the point.
that was only half the day.
Your point?
That you got it wrong.
Well, if it's so bloody heavy, then maybe you shouldn't wear it.
Yeah, but if I don't wear it, what's the point of me having bought it?
Well, maybe you should put some muscle on Weedy Boy.
Aye, that's why I'm so glad we've got so many proteins. Maybe you should learn that I kind of like to complain about stuff. Like, pat her on the back. Hard.
So then
Maybe we should work on that trait.
let's go treasure hunting then.
Alright, sounds fun.
Do you want me to
I'll-
go talk to to Bill and forget the other one's name?
Bill and
Ted.
Ted?
Yeah, Ted. To Bill and Ted about about driving the wagon.
I mean, they're technically under our retinue, so
And if you don't want them involved, I also technically can drive the car. So
In that character knowledge, technically all of us can drive, we're just not good at it.
decent at it.
I just meant it's a basic skill. Anyone can drive, just it's bad.
I've actually got it leveled. That's what I mean.
But sure, you can inform Bill and Ted, and they're pretty much waiting for once you need them. So yeah, if you want them to go along, look after the wagon, or go with you and be in the shield wall,
Look
they're
after the
happy.
wagon. And it will be a customary overpaying. So whatever Azareth says, and then like plus 3 gold from me.
I never set the prices.
they're gonna get. You know, they're gonna get lazy. They're probably gonna run off at some point and open up their own shop.
Why would they do that? I'm helping them.
Because they're now rich because of you. I mean,
Yeah, but if they open up their own shop, they're gonna have to do more work, and then when they work for us, so
Safer though.
Maybe.
It
Safer,
depends. Do they want profit or do they want save? Because they can't really have both.
I mean, they could basically just open a bar.
Also,
Shush.
Gabrielle's really nice to them, and these are the kind of guys where it's like, somebody's being nice to us. We'll be nice back.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they won't, run off at some point.
And I'll have good
They
friends at New Play.
They agree that they will be there if you need them. Lysiara, as you go outside after your breakfast and you stretch in the we are technically, I believe, still in winter. It's chilly, but the sun is out today, and you see a small bird fly onto the awning of the Wolf's Head Inn. Seems to be a robin of some descript. There's a glint in its eye that catches your attention, and as you look at it, it opens its mouth and you hear arcane words. Thank you for the message, my friend. And the bird flies off again.
Just smile. Warm myself up a little bit with my spell and go back inside.
Did you want to go... Are you all going to the big game hunter's house? Mansion,
I'm going
whatever
along.
it is.
I would be.
I assume we are, but I'm just trying to remember how much do we normally pay Bill and Ted? Like 3 gold crowns?
They're pretty much paid up until...
'Cause I
you
keep
go
overpaying them.
out. Yeah, and they're meant to get like... It's a gold crown each for each time they go out, plus 1 if they do stuff that's brave.
And then I've just been overpaying them ridiculously.
Yeah, you keep giving them extra, so they keep going and doing stuff and, yeah, buying useful things like a homing pigeon. They are investing their money, but they started off with a lot less.
I know how to invest. I have good underlings.
Oh, good point. I'm reusing a map, so you won't be drawn to it. So, you are on Siegfriedhof's... Yep, okay, you're on the right page. So as you leave and Lysiara shows you the way to the big game hunter's house, you are brought down.
But yeah, I'll agree to pay them the typical amount when we call on them. If we call on them.
Not a problem. Basically, yeah. Whilst they're in town, they don't need to be paid. So when you decide to leave, you all approach quite a. This is quite a. It's not quite a mansion, but it is built in that very stylistic kind of manner. Yet it just seems smaller somehow. Perhaps this is a person who is trying to act of a higher class than what they maybe are. It has beautifully carved wooden doors. By the look of the wood, it appears to be the same type as what's on the Raven Guard's office in town, with a magnificent stone exterior. It just seems a little small, not quite as grand as what it could be. There is a brass knocker on the door that's in the shape of a dragon, and its tail curves round and reconnects to its body, and that's the part that you apparently knock with.
Or, I'll allow it clunk as I'll knock on the door.
Who has entered my home? Who has disturbed my peace? Name yourselves!
Hey, I like this guy's voice.
The voice
Calm.
booms from inside.
He's got a flair for dramatics, I'll give him that.
Carl Bogman, it is the Sierra again. My body wanted to meet you, so I brought them.
The door swings open with a creak.
Miss Lysiara, please enter and make yourself at home. But you others, come forward. I need to see you. I must have the judge of your character.
I just walk in, just looking around. Hey, where is this fellow?
Alright then, and I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna do it quite nicely and politely.
I'll guide him to the main hallway where the dragon is.
I was still walking in politely, it's just that I'm fully in chainmail and I have a chest plate on top of that, so it makes noise.
I don't think chainmail clanks that much.
It does.
It clinks. A lot, but it's mostly clinking. The press plate on the chainmail though, that will clank.
Yeah, that's what's constantly clanking. Like every time I move, it's like clank, 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 clank.
Can you get that fitted, or this is going to get really annoying?
You there.
It is fitted.
The one who sounds like a dwarf, but looks like an elf. What are you? Some sort of crisis child? Are you brave enough to go up against a wyvern?
As you look around, Azurith, you do see many creatures within the halls, stuffed, motionless. And as you follow to where Lysiara is, you do indeed see a wyvern.
Lysiara will stay silent for the most part, just observing the exchange between Carl and the party members.
That's mighty impressive. I think some of my pals back on those one have for some of those.
And what? Oh, what is this? My gold, it jingles. One of you, stay away from my coin.
I'm sorry, is that a suggestion? Are you suggesting that we're unsavvy?
No, but one
I know
of you
you
has
are.
the touch of fate. The touch and the smell.
Okay, now you're just making stuff up.
Maybe he means that I'm lucky.
I know, he did nail the whole crisis child thing.
I ain't no bloody crisis child.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, weedy boy.
I told you the fucking story.
And you there. I sense a kinship with one of you. One of you brave adventurers is worthy. Other than Miss Lysiara, of course. My kinsman, the bravest, the most heroic of all of you adventurers. Step forth
Why do
and
you
make
keep
yourself
mentioning me?
known.
He's not talking about you. Clearly he's talking about me.
I don't
Or,
think he...
or Gabrielle. One of the two.
I'd almost think he'd be talking about bloody Billy Bob.
Nah, I mean, come on.
I mean, you do have to admit it's kind of brave to go into battle being as tiny as he is.
I don't know if this is the... I'm just not sure where we're at on the line bravery and stupidity. Like, I'd place him more in the stupidity part, but...
Bravery. He has bravery to use the skills he has to leverage the best he can.
then stupidity to drink ale from a bucket.
The sounds of the greatest adventurer, the ultimate hero, William. I know you're there, boy.
All of you
Is he
roll
actually
perception.
mentioning fucking Billy Bob?
All
Who
of
the
you roll
hell's
perception
William?
as this. You look around, and after a while, you realise that the voice isn't coming from one location. It seems to bounce off the walls and reverberate on the stonework.
I also have
Yay
resistance
for
magic
magic
if that helps with
speakers.
anything.
It sounds not quite as loud to you. I don't know how resistance magic to a magically So think of a sound
It's-
system in our terms, but it's done
no,
with
it's not doing
magic.
anything. But it's like, I think it's like the wall. I've got a higher chance of seeing through that shit without being magically active.
I think that only works on things that actually affect you. So
It's
you
only if I have to
wouldn't-
roll willpower to ignore it, but
Yeah.
it's just otherwise I'm mechanically resistant.
As you all look
Yeah.
round, you can't tell where the voice is coming from, like what room, and then you stop looking for rooms. You start just listening to the words, and Wilhelma and Gabrielle, you see where the voice is coming from, but it's from this weird mechanical thing. It's brass and leather, and it seems to have a small glow behind it. And each of you notice at least 2 or 3 of these. One of them, in fact, being behind the monster, the stuffed monster, over here. You
I'm
see,
way too busy still arguing.
I'm
Yes.
gonna move towards it. I'm very much baiting reaction here.
can Miss Wilhelma and Miss Gabrielle roll me? I believe you have investigation. Is it investigation?
I'm not
Hang on, let me
trained
just-
in it.
You will have a plus 20.
Is this search?
Oh, search rather.
Search. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that plus 20.
Yeah, because search works off of int as well.
I'm gonna fortune that.
Yeah,
What's
still
now?
fail. So as Miss Wilhelma looks at the devices, and she pays more attention to, is it proximity? Can he see through it? She kind of walks closer to it. Miss
Probably like waving my hand in front of it.
Whereas Miss Gabrielle looks for what's connecting. Is there anything behind it? You don't see any wires or any, but you do see a crystal. You check another one of these devices, and again, you see a crystal, and it appears that this crystal is giving off a very, very light glow. And you look round the room, and you try and see, are there any more, like not attached to a device? You notice the up the stairs, this pedestal area. There's nothing there, and yet you see 2 crystals sunken into the masonry on the top step. You wander over but there's nothing here. There's nothing, and then a booming voice.
Don't go on there. That is the place for my prized hunt, my ultimate calling. Do not go on there. That is not for you. Don't get off there.
You don't pay attention to this. But it's just that you step back and you pass through something, and as the party looks round, they see a break in the illusion. There's a wall about 5
Oops.
inches around your person. As you go through it, it closes back in, and you're looking out through at your party members as you hear a voice. Now, don't you... I told you not to come back in. Why do people
Gabrielle, have you
always
just
gotta...
got- Gabrielle, have you just got to the top of the stairs and kind of trip? Oops.
God, why the...
As soon as I see that Gabrielle went through the wall, this I would just say, Cal, you really should get a door to block the passage instead of that wall.
But then I don't get to do my... And here I am. The mist just walked through the illusion. And...
Oh, it's a halfling.
What do you... He takes out his sling.
No offense, just a bit anti.
I think he actually meant Billy Bob. That's hilarious.
Actually meant Bill Bob. Oh god.
Well, of course I did. Look, this halfling is small. He's about 3 foot, 3.5 foot. He's much smaller than
You're a
Billy
big
Bob.
game hunter, so at least you can't be as bad as him.
Yeah, no. Although better than Billy Bob is not exactly a high bar to set.
I slap her on the back again.
I'm confused. Aside from his less than intelligent moments, Billy Bob's perfectly fine.
It's but we will remember him for less than intelligent moments.
Those are the fun bits.
Yeah. Also, that voice, that was. You gotta show us how to do that. That was pretty nice performance.
Also, what is Billy Bob doing during this? Duca.
You could stop retweeting chainmail socks and answer, please.
I guess Billy Bob followed us in, then fell asleep in the corner.
That's less intelligent moment.
I think the song he posted in the Discord, he's got that on too loud.
Duca. It probably is that he's put the music up too loud.
Yeah, that's.
Either that or someone's like come in or knocked on his door and he's had to go.
Or his friends
Probably
giving him,
something
or
like
his
that.
friends giving him an aggressive massage again, like yesterday. He never explained
Wait,
that.
what?
He never
What?
explained that.
I really want to join your D&D now, just to hear this.
Oh no, he just disappeared. Like his mate came round, and then we were like chatting in character, and it was like, "So what do you think, Juka? What do you think, GM?" And he's like, "Sorry, it took me a moment to
know,
get
it's-
back. I was having an aggressive massage." I was just like, "What?"
Oh, he's back.
He got back just time for aggressive massage. Yeah, we've just been meeting the halfling. Like, I've just fallen through a wall, and we're wondering what your response is to like me falling through a wall and everybody else insulting you.
Oh, did I come with you guys?
I assumed you did. Just like
Wait, so did you mention my name then before? I think that's when I...
Yes, he did. He mentioned your first name.
yeah, you mentioned William, and we all had a moment of what? And then I fell through a illusionary wall. Because I like to think I tripped at the top step and then just went whoops through the wall.
I probably don't like instantly click in that he means me, and then after a few like seconds that pass, I'm like, oh, and then I'll get really confused. Do I know this guy?
So
Apparently he knows you.
So yes, he will. I'm gonna say that Gabrielle's actually stood in the illusionary screen, and at the moment it can't redo the illusion. So you can all see into his little office, and he has this little weird microphone thingy, but you don't know what a microphone is, but that's what it looks like.
Pay no attention to the man behind the red curtain.
Yeah, basically, think Wizard of Oz. You got it. He kind of spins round on his chair and, William, it's a pleasure to meet you. Carl Bugman, at your service. You know the Bugman family.
Wait, Bugman? Like the dwarven drink?
No, it's spelled differently.
Huh.
No, they're not. They're
I
not the
asked
same.
that in character, by the way.
It's
Azurif
Bogman.
Azurif was also like, I thought the Bugmans were dwarves.
Well, okay, it's Bogman, but Bugman sounds better, and everyone likes the name that sounds good.
I got that right.
How do I know this family, by the way, or is it just a name I've heard?
You know of the Bogmans. In the moot, they are called Bogmans. They're known for being wall guards. Most halflings don't want to get involved in combat. For some reason, this family does. They're always, I believe it's called field guards.
The field ward type thing.
Yeah, field wardens. For some reason, their family is just adventurous. They're willing to get into a fight and protect their homes, which is really un-halflingly. You may have even like got into trouble with one of their sons or their daughters whilst growing up. If you had an inkling to leave whilst you were growing up, they're very much, a lot of their family members have actually left, never to return.
Ah, so if I wanted to leave, then I would have had an interaction with them at some point.
Yeah, you know, as you were growing up, if there was ever a point where you would have been in the local tavern going, I wonder what's outside of the moot. I wonder what's over those fields. They would have been, their family would have been the ones going, yeah, you know, I wonder what's over there, you know. Wouldn't it be an adventure to go and see? Whereas all the other halflings are kind of looking at you guys going, are these guys nuts? We have it perfect here. Why would you want to leave? It's nutters.
Well, if ever you'd see a halfling outside. Is what I'd say in character. While I'm smoking.
There are not many of us who are willing to jump into the adventurer's life, and well, Mr. William, I was informed by our friend, and he holds up a pouch, and you know that's moot leather, and as he like squeezes the bottom, you can see that lullabutton weed can be seen from the top, and you would very quickly realise that's the halfling merchant who's. Is she still around? I think she's still around.
You just sort of see my head tilt back a little bit, and then my nose sort of twitch as I look at it.
Hey, isn't this some of the same stuff that you have?
He does give you a wink, Billy Bob, as you kind of like, you're like, ooh, hello. That kind of knowing halfling, of course we can have a smoke.
Big smile, and I'll turn to Azareth and keep it away from this guy. He can't be trusted. And then I shake my head and look at him.
I prefer the drink anyway.
Well, only us halflings have a true understanding for the exquisite flavors and robust textures, and we grew it. We can look after it. And he kind of like does a little slappy motion with his hands as he fills up his pipe.
You know, if you're looking for exquisite, maybe Billy Bob is not the right idea.
Nonsense now. He lights up his pipe and
He drank from a dirty bucket.
I'm pretty sure they cleaned it.
Yeah, they cleaned it. I'll correct him.
a proud halfling tradition. You should come to Pie Week. Yeah, everyone drinks out of buckets.
Can I scrutiny him or something?
Sure.
Would I know if that's an actual tradition?
It's not a tradition, but halflings do.
Perception, because there is
Yes,
an actual
it's perception. No, you do use perception to look for tells in someone's face to see if like they're smiling or.
No, I'm oblivious.
You
I'll
believe
wink
that.
at him then.
During
Actually,
Pie Week,
no,
a lot
I'm
of weird
gonna-
shit does happen.
I'm gonna fortune that. I don't care, it's my last fortune. I want to know.
Well, we're gonna have to rest for 3 days for you then.
Yeah.
Still don't know. Still believe it. Good.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Well, let's face it, better a bucket than him trying to have the pig slop.
You
No.
halflings are damn weird.
No. We know how to party. That's what it's all about. Enjoying life and seizing the opportunity to get shit-faced and have lots and lots of sex. And food. He lights his pipe.
I think we agree on most of that. I just
I
like
It's the slow nodding as if, like, finally someone, a man of culture as well.
I mean, we once partied so hard that we almost burned down the small port town. Does that count?
Once you party so hard that you dress up as things that scare you and have to have 3 halflings on top of each other to fill out said costume, and then it all ends up in a sex orgy, then you're at Pie Week. He says this with great pride.
This... You disgust me. Keep talking.
But anyway, Lysiara, my dear, I imagine you must be here for the trophy list. Do you have something to hand in?
Not yet. Our party wanted to meet you, and well, we brought some money so we could purchase those keys.
Oh yes, the keys. He goes into his drawer, and he takes out 2 keys and takes out another pipe, and he puts over the keys on one side of his desk, and he begins filling up the pipe. And Billy Bob, catch! He throws the pipe very gracefully. It's an underhand catch where the bowl of the pipe just slowly spins in the air until the mouthpiece lands near Billy Bob. Can you give me an agility test with a plus? Actually, I have a measurement for this, so let me just see.
Suddenly, Guy rolls ballistic skill. Now 100. Pipes embedded in the ceiling.
We'll say it's at 10, so if you give me a agility test with a plus 10, please. Unfortunately,
Wait, what?
you just put your hand out, and it just lands in your hand perfectly for you to raise it up and light. Ah, yes, the keys. It came with a few rumors. I'm not entirely sure I believe all of them, but something about raiding parties, treasure, and spiders, and that's all I really paid attention to. Sorry, I didn't really hold on to the details. But bring me back if there's a giant spider there, bring me back its head and its fangs, and that'll pay for the keys at least.
I'm sure we'll find one of those. Internally remembering there's the cave full of the damn things.
No, we only ever saw one, so.
Yeah, but there was a lot of web, so she's thinking it's full of the damn things.
Oh. Anyway, here's the pouch. The Sarah deliver the pouch with everybody's gold in it.
Cool. You take the keys off of his desk, and he takes the pouch and places it into his desk drawer. Pleasure doing business with you.
Always a pleasure, Tom. Also, I will just magically sense if there's anything weird about the keys.
Sure. Yep.
No, I won't. Never mind.
Did you have any questions about the trophy list?
The thing is, I don't think it's wise for me to talk about Skaven with him.
No, but
So-
if there was anything that you wanted to ask, you can come back, or you can.
Yeah. Tell me, Kyle, could you point out any places where we might find these creatures? Other than the spiders, which we already know a cave with them.
Well, I'm not entirely sure myself. Most people just find them as they travel. In fact, most of the things in that hall back there, I just bumped into them. Let me have a think. The Beastigore, well, you should try the woods. I would point you in a woods, but the damn things seem to pop up in all woods, so just go to the deepest, darkest, scariest part, and you'll find them. Well, same with the Gore, they'll be together. I think it was some Bretonian noble who wanted the Green Knight's card piece. He said he had offered it to some lady or other, and it was a chivalric duty or some nonsense like that. He sits back in his chair and
Can I
relights
roll
his pipe.
common knowledge Bretonia about this?
Sure. The vampire fangs, well, no one's seen a vampire in a long time. I did hear that one attacked, though. I wish I'd got on top of that, but, well, he kind of... You look on his desk and you do see that there's a couple of these pouches that he filled up his pipe with, but these seem to be empty. Miss Gabrielle, you do indeed know of more than a couple stories of a Green Knight, this heroic knight who seems to appear whenever Bretonia needs him the most, and this legendary warrior cuts down hundreds upon hundreds of enemies, and he is a proper legend and hero. You also know that he is in full plate, so that does include a codpiece, but... Huh?
We got to somehow find a person of legend.
And, well... So, the greenskin nutsack. Now, this is an interesting one. A noble told me that it's the rarest of the rare. That one in like maybe 1,000,000 orcs will have a nutsack. The biggest and the boldest of them. And if you can get this magical nutsack and smoke it, you will gain immortality. It was a curious thing, but he asked
Even
so
Billy Bob
much
just
for
looks
it.
a bit stone-faced at
Might
this guy.
I ask how bloody drunk that noble was?
Oh, he was dead serious. He paid down, like, in advance. Yeah, he paid...
Either that noble is like one of the most elaborate jokesters I know, or he was literally just, I have too much money, I'm gonna just fuck about with someone. Cause no fucking orc has genitals.
And the last thing on the list, well, some nut job from the Empire, well, he swears that there are these things, and he wants a female. And I'm like, okay, well, if I ever see one, and he's insistent that he saw one, and he just gives me a pile of gold, and he's like, take this as a down payment. Get information if someone can find one of these things. I mean, the gold on the sheet, that's only like for you to bring it to me to then tell him, and then he comes here. It's an
What
hard
kind
request.
of thing, might I ask?
So he thinks for a long moment, and he's like, have you ever heard or seen of a beast man with a rat tail and a
Yes.
rat face?
Yes.
Wait, you have a Zurith?
Yeah, there's beastmen that look like rats. There is actually a thing where there's a whole different race of beastmen.
So in the lore, anyone who thinks a beast man, a rat beast man exists, doesn't know that Skaven exists.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but also we heard what Hagrid said about the things that he saw in Mordheim.
Yes, but that's only two of the group who are here. I believe that's only
Yeah.
you and Gabrielle.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
Miss
I know.
Wilhelmer.
I know.
I mean, at least Tiara knows
Because
of
that
them.
I know.
Really? You know, do you?
What are those things called again? It's something with an S.
Never mind. Okay. You know. Shh. He like holds his finger up to his mouth as he lets out some smoke. You have been told that they'll lock you up as a crazy man if you talk about them, right?
If you're a common peasant and you start chanting about that those things exist, then yes.
Okay, call. Fair enough. Yes, you know what it is. Well, I mean, you can see the note from Lysiara. She can show you it. It's only some people go a little crazy when they see one, or it's not good for business.
Out of character, Lysiara did show everybody the list, but no one can read it, so...
It's great. Pretty soon I'll be able to read it. It's literally end of this session I can read it. So I'm starting to puzzle out the words. I don't quite know what they mean yet. I got the alphabet though. And occasionally you will just see like Gabrielle sat there, like carefully writing out the alphabet in the dirt.
Oh, and the more common things that's renewable. You can bring as many in as you want, as long as you got a decent story. I gotta sell the noble something.
Very well.
As long as you're not gonna try to take my codpiece.
No, the Green Knight's card piece. The Green Knight. Don't just go grabbing anyone's card piece and trying to sling it. I had someone try and do that once. It wasn't even green.
Oh, and then I turned to the rest of the group. Don't go stealing my codpiece and don't go painting it green.
Why would I bother trying to
Why
pass off
would
your
we-
cod piece as a piece of legend? It's a waste of effort.
Seeing as it belongs to a legendary creature as Earth, the cut piece should also possess some kind of legend or magic in it.
Alright, now you don't go enchanting it either.
I'm not doing anything.
And there's nothing magical about the keys.
It would marry the way.
I don't know the keys I failed. That willpower for me to hold back giggles.
Ah, okay.
You got terrifying willpower.
It's not even that. I haven't even spent it up to the maximum I can.
Thing is, when I eventually push it as high as I can, I'm still a little bit behind you. I'll be behind you by 1 point, theoretically. But let's go treasure hunting then. I thank you for your time, and I apologize for ruining your illusion. Having now finally stood up.
Cal, seriously, get yourself a door. You can still open a door majestically. Make it a double door.
Yeah, but nah. He kind of
Have it inlaid with gold.
He wiggles in his chair and just like almost looks like a child having a little fit. No, yeah.
No, she's right about. Make a really ornate pair of doors. Have it inlaid with gold. And maybe that dragon symbol on it as well. That would look amazing. Maybe you should ask Agrid if he can do that for you.
I don't think Hagrid's a carpenter.
No, I mean like the gilding and stuff.
He kind of sits and starts puffing on his pipe, clearly in thought. Like, meh, meh, meh.
Well, Cal, it is as always a pleasure to see you. We will take our leave now.
Oh yeah.
And start.
Pleasure meeting
Sarah-
you all.
Sarah do a small bow and just motion for the rest of the party for us to leave.
And make sure you don't die now.
I have been managing that for about 100 years. I think I'll be fine. And I just stroll out the door.
I forget you're old.
Yeah, I really am. According to your human standards, that is.
Technically, we're still very young, Gabrielle.
You should. I don't think you would ever want to meet my dad. He's like 10 times my age.
Let's get going then. I'll go and inform. While Wilhelma goes and picks up her weapon, I'll go and have Bill and Ted get the cart ready.
Yes, I'll go spend some time with Boxbone then. If you need me, I'll be, well, that's what D-Wolf said in
Make sure you're ready to move.
I'm always ready, Gabriel.
So, as our adventurers set off to secure their assets, to prepare their mode of transport, Miss Wilhelma gets her... you had a silvered...
Rapier.
rapier, that was the one. You
Thank
get your silvered rapier. Hagrid has also placed some silver along the hilt and the guard.
Oh yeah, did we pay in advance or?
Yeah, I believe you already paid.
I was talking. I'm gonna give him the 2 gold for the price anyway. I was just trying to remember, do we pay in advance for them going out and then pay again after, which is how we did it?
So you, for Bill and Ted, you give them 1 gold when you go out, and then if nothing happens, that's all they get. Whereas if they end up fighting something and doing something brave in your eyes, you said you'd give them an extra gold.
And of course, in my case, I just tend to overpay them anyway.
Yeah. But yeah,
And
that
the
was
investment is worth it. We got a pigeon out of this.
that was the established arrangement anyway. It's just you always give them more.
Yeah, there was an establishment range, and then Gabrielle just started paying them repeatedly to the side, and it paid off. And the party still doesn't know. Their loyalty is secretly to me.
Also to me, because I also overpaid him a couple of times.
Pretty sure I could just go, okay, here's 50 gold, kill everyone.
So
Yeah, that kind of tends to work.
Yeah, the problem is that you probably won't convince him to do something as suicidal as that.
yeah, they
Not
do
if
have
it's in
some.
your sleep.
They do have some survival. Yeah, but they maybe.
Even if you try to kill a Zerf in his sleep, you're probably gonna get a little bit fucking hurt doing that.
So then we go start traveling, I guess.
Sure. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Sorry.
That's okay. Was there something you wanted to ask?
There's just one thing. How much would it cost for me to buy vials?
I
Vials.
believe they're
Empty
like 2
glass
silver.
vials.
Not 2 silver.
2 silver?
I don't know. It was not 2 silver. They're cheap.
What are you trying to buy?
Just vials, empty vials. They're under.
I'll just if I can find bottle, because that'll probably be one of the closest. You've got Old World Armory, so you can check
Never
that.
mind. I actually have it, and the price tag list that I currently hold is 5 silver for each vial, or I can store blood or oil. I'm gonna buy a few. I'll just add it to my inventory.
Sure. I'll give it to you that if you buy them off of Beliarius, you'll pay list price. If you go to the merchant, there's an extra 5 silver.
Okay.
Just to keep that established, there is still someone who's charging you more. It's just most of the time you don't need to go to him. So
Everyone charges me more. It's great.
okay.
Okay.
So as long as everyone's got everything that they need, you set off.
I'm just gonna first remind everyone: fodder for horse and rations.
How many
Is there not-
rations do we need?
We're gonna be gone like maybe a couple of days, so just buy 1 pack of rations if you don't already have any. Because
Did
rations
I
last
already
8 days.
do that? Did I already do that? Let me quickly check.
In the cart, there is 9 days worth of fodder still left.
Yeah, I know. That's. Let's see if I actually have my own food with me. I think I also put my food. If I have food, I put it in the cart because I always dump everything in the cart.
There's no rations in the cart except for Bill and Ted.
Okay, then. I need some more rations. What was the price of rations again? Let's quickly check.
Things like rations you can get from the Raven Guards outpost, so you'll just be paying normal prices. How much are you paying for a vial? They're only meant to be 10 pennies.
I'm only trying to check here what is the.
I was
Ration
paying
for
5
6 silver.
silver.
No, they're 10 pennies. A vial, a small glass or ceramic bottle that holds a very small amount of fluids.
Yeah, even like if the way you were paying, I'd have just said buy spirits.
The food.
So food and drink. Sorry, I was
6 silver
doing
for
that.
a week's worth of rations.
Yes.
6 silver. Okay, let's quickly check if I have that.
If you
Okay, if
don't,
it's-
I'm paying.
I
am
have 6.
team money bags.
Maybe it was 5 silver for a vial filled with oil?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what it's got to be.
Okay, then I'll just add empty vial as 10 pennies.
Yeah, an oil lamp, or the oil for the lamp, is 5 silver.
Ah.
And that comes in a small vial and has enough fuel to burn the lamp for 4 hours.
Yeah, because I do require vials of that too. But that's easier for me to get.
Yeah, if it came down to vials, you just gotta wait till someone gets injured, because I'll start stocking up on empty vials the moment I start cleaning wounds.
I mean, we'll be stuck in bottles. So
I was
it's not
actually
exactly the
quite
same.
annoyed that I think the last time Azurith used a health potion, he smashed a bottle on the ground, and I was just like, why aren't you collecting them?
Wait, did I?
Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
long time ago that you had.
You
a health
said it was
potion.
like you down it and then throw it at the ground.
Yeah, it was dramatical.
Yeah, you did a really dramatic healing, but it was still, you smashed it on the ground. And those bottles can go for a fair bit.
Well, it's just whenever you're like, oh, I need some water, or I need something to take this liquid or this drug in. It's like, I've got them. But anyway, you are 6 days away from. To speed things up a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that at a normal trot, you'll get there in. What did I say it was? Yeah, 3 days. So you're doing 2 squares a day.
And during this time, when we stop to camp, I'm going to try out my dagger.
Sure, that's fine. So you stop along the path, you find a nice place to make camp, and there are several trees, and there's not much foliage around them. It looks as if the edge of the forest is worked by the peasants, like they clear it for firewood and they clear out all the brush. So this is like a prime area for you to try out your dagger.
First, I check that the weight's good. It is. It's the best quality dagger. And then I'm going to practice throwing it.
Okay, so at what range do you go?
My kind of normal throwing range for a dagger, so that'd be 6.
Okay, so you go 6 feet or 6 meters, however we did it. I think we did it square. You go 6 away.
I think we did it in squares in
Yeah.
the system.
We're going to say a meter just for expedience sake. You go 6 meters away from the tree, and you throw your stiletto dagger. And you see that once you release it from your grasp, it spins 3 times before flying straight, and it hits the tree. Oh, actually, can you roll a ballistics test at short range? Give yourself all the bonuses for short range.
I only get a bonus for aiming,
Okay.
because range in this system's a bit more of a... Well,
Oh yeah,
if
it's
you're
a
at
negative.
range, and then if you're at longer range, you take massive penalties until you have to aim to throw. And I'm going to
So,
fortune that because I'm not
as-
receiving the dagger.
No, you don't have to. I will.
I'm still doing it because we still got travel time. I'd have done like
Okay.
first day.
I mean, we gotta kill time.
So as
somehow.
you hit the center of the tree trunk, You stand and that didn't seem to spin as many times as it should have done, but it was too... And then you see the tip begin to wiggle, and it comes out of the tree and comes back at about half the speed of which you threw it. It's quite easy for you to snatch it out of the air, and what is going on?
Well, time to practice this.
You now know that the rune of flight is also the rune of return, it seems.
Do any of us see this?
I'm not being subtle about practicing with my new knife. If you just watch outside a camp before sundown, you're probably gonna see it.
Aye.
Wait, you got
Aye.
magic homing dagger now?
You know what? This might be a bit of my twisted sense of humor, but imagine putting it on a hammer and then not telling the person it comes back.
Hagrid has some pretty sick weapons.
I'm pretty sure this was something his ancestors made.
Damn, that is cool.
Wait, if his
will...
ancestors can do it, why can't he?
It's a lost art. Like being polite among your people. Specifically you.
I'll just
Also, the
repeat
fact
that.
that his stuff is currently all in Mordheim.
What?
Well, all his rune forging stuff is lost in Mordheim.
Oh yeah, that's like the pledge we made to Hagrid. Like we're eventually gonna go there and help him reclaim it. His family used to live there, apparently.
I'm not so sure we're prepared.
Just blinking owlishly like, what?
I mean, that's
Not
why I said
yet.
eventually.
Yes, that's exactly.
I mean, Hagrid is not callous about it too. He knows we have to prepare.
And I do have businesses in Mordheim.
Do I even want to ask?
I think the
I need-
answer is no.
I need to find a grimoire there. That
Yeah,
Is
the
it?
answer is
Isn't Mordheim like spooky, scary? Like a meteor crashed there. I don't think you're gonna find a book there.
you'd be surprised on how many relics we
Also-
can find in that city.
also, might I point out, you know those like rat basements that he told us about? Yeah, I think the place infested with that.
Oh, I know that.
I mean,
Why would you want to go there?
uh,
Do you not hear the legends?
I mean, we kind of made the pledge of honor, so we
I don't
can't
remember
exactly
this.
back down.
Besides, there's no other way for us to
Also-
advance
I mean,
Think
we're not
about
gonna
it.
track you guys along
without challenge.
if you don't want to go.
I mean, the one thing I'll say, think of all the bloody loot that's there.
There's no use in
Oh.
loot if you die.
Not only that, I also promised Haggard I'd help him. So, at least 3 of us is going as a debt to the old dwarf.
I can't believe I'm
And
saying
he
this. I
also
think
had
you're the
business there,
same
like I
one
said.
here. Said looking at Billy Bob.
I just repeat. Wait, what we on about? I can't remember this.
Correction, I think you're the only sane one here. And I pat her on the back.
The sanity thing is overrated anyway.
She doesn't play it, and she's a bit too like, what the hell? Everybody's kind of suicidal. And the halfling doesn't seem to understand basic human or basic person decency.
Aye. And I just say, we're not going anywhere near that just yet. We'll do that when we got full fucking Grummario and firearms.
Wait, near what? This-
So we skip forward. Gabrielle's finally just kind of repressed that her quote-unquote friends are planning suicide by Mordheim.
Suicide by Skaven.
Yeah.
It's
Jim,
not just
a
David and
question.
Mordheim.
Is there anything I can roll for that question I asked?
What question was that?
I sent you a PM.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, very sneaky.
If is the dagger magical? Yes, the dagger's magical.
No, that much I would know straight away. Dwarven magic, aka runesmithing.
Dwarven magic is best magic.
It's actually rather interesting magic.
Also, Master Rune of Flight is best magic.
So you would know that from reading the book, you would know that there are many ways of doing it safely. You would know that much from the book, Lysiara. I will just, Gabrielle, I'll say that you experiment with the knife for a bit. You realise that from 9 meters there is no penalty. However, once you went to 10 meters, 11 meters, for you it's 10 meters, you noticed that the dagger sped up. It came back quick, and you actually needed to do an agility to catch it. Now that you've experimented with the silver stiletto, you now have access to the handout for it, so you can see the ranges and penalties and whatnot. If you can't read my spelling, then I will explain it.
I got it's apparently got insane range.
It does have negatives for that range.
Yeah, it's like it can throw it slightly further than normal range, but if I decide to go to the crazy mode, it's just scary. But yeah, I'll put in the basic ruling for it, and then from there, just lots of tests.
So as the discussion, the shock, and the just bewilderment at some of your allies' sanity, your journey continues, and it seems odd. The wildlife seems quiet. There almost seems to be a tense atmosphere in the air. It's almost claustrophobic. You're not quite sure. As you come to your second day of travel, you set up your campsite, and the feeling doesn't leave you. You stay on this edge of what is going on? Why is something's like, it's almost as if the world itself has taken a breath in and is bracing for something, but you're not sure what. Nothing attacks you.
Azurov just constantly has this shield already on his arm.
You stay, all of you have this air of just bracing, double checking the dark spots, just looking, making sure, but there's nothing around you. And the night passes. You wake the next morning, yet still this air, as if the world is still bracing. You carry on, further towards...
Can I at one point just shout at is anyone out there?
No one replies.
That's what I thought.
You make your way, and you soon find the same cave that the entrance, the path. You know this area. You've been here before. And you come to a clearing where the trees just seem to disappear. And you see the meadow, and it seems so peaceful. And then you go over the brow, looking down, and you see the cave entrance, the darkness and the gloom.
Best that we make sure we're ready. Are you too good for looking after the cart? To Bill and Ted.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Yeah, we'll
stay close to the entrance just in case. And
Yeah. If you need us, we'll be right there. Ted is still bold as a turkey. As a plucked chicken, he has no hair.
Thank you. Are we ready then?
I crack my neck a bit, like, alright, and swing my axe around a bit. Aye, ready as I'll ever be. In the near future, that is.
I'm gonna have to wait a moment while Yazina gets back.
It's really quite difficult trying to take notes, narrate, and do. I tried to keep notes of what's going on because 3 days have passed. Technically 4 since I last made a note. No, 3 days have passed. It was the 25th when you left, and you met Carl Bugman and.
This is why I always
Wait,
Before we
today's
start-
the 25th or the 25th was the day we
You
met Carl
met
Bugman?
Carl Bugman and you left on the same day,
let me
Which
tell
was
you.
the 25th.
Third?
The 25th.
Let me tell you something. Because
Ah.
before we started recording this, I always had like an audio recorder with me while we were doing sessions when I was GMing, just like I need to like 100% know what the fuck these people did last time. I still forgot about half of it, but at least I had a chance to like re-listen to it and write some down if I forgot.
So technically, I only have 2 days left until I can have box spawn attached to me.
That'll happen soon. It'll be like we get back and then you can almost immediately have back spawn.
Should we place ourselves on the map?
Much.
Yeah.
Also, you still don't have the dog attuned to you.
No,
Takes
2
ages.
days left. It takes a long time to do that.
I thought you were done with that by now.
We keep taking him away from his attunement.
I need to spend 28 days with the dog before I can, attune to him. And it's been 26.
Let us try and spot the spiders before you clank in there.
So it is the 27th on the day that you arrive at the cave, and you have more than enough time to explore the cave. And then, if you wish, you can leave and set up camp, or you can set up camp around here.
I mean, if we secure the cave, we can use it as the camping site.
Yeah.
That means securing the cave. Where's everyone else? We're missing a Billy Bob and a Lysiara.
So yeah.
Oops, sorry.
And now Billy Bob's partially inside Gabrielle.
I'm gonna have my rapier and my main gauche drawn. Gauche or however.
Shield and hand axe are at.
For the moment, the bow. The humblest of weapons.
At this point, I
Yeah,
have
the
a
humblest
unlit
one will be
torch.
slingshot though.
No, those field wardens are scary, man.
Through.
Gonna fuck you up, boy.
I mean, field wardens could know necromancy lore. They only know academic knowledge on it, but hey, they know about necromancy. Anyway, so I guess me and Billy Bob sneak up to the mouth of the cave. If Billy Bob's willing to sneak up.
Probably only one of us should go, so we're less likely to fuck up.
Then the sneakiest one can go. Congratulations for volunteering.
Shit.
This is congratulations for volunteering, and we kick him out of the pillow fort into the spooky, scary cave.
I do find it funny.
Scary skeleton.
Don't come back till you
Yeah.
die.
Lysiara, that would work exactly as you think. That'd be fine.
Cool.
So, we should probably go in initiative order, I think. Because that probably make the most sense. Ooh, look how many people are here. Let's get rid of them.
Already? Damn.
Be gone. So yeah, if you guys want to roll your initiative.
Sure, as
Remember,
always.
people, we need their heads intact, so try not to destroy the head.
I think my initiative was pretty good.
I forgot how to roll initiative.
On your character sheet under core stats, combat, initiative, the in it button. I do like how it's dice in it.
In it,
It's dice, innit?
ain't it?
And Billy Bob had to roll twice because he forgot to click himself. He also
It's
goes
funny.
first.
His lowest initiative is 69.
And he
Like,
still goes first.
Dude,
Yeah, on the event he fucks up, we have to spend a fortune to go before him. In fact, no, because it just counts as having rolled a 10, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
So if your agility bonus still isn't good enough.
Oh, no.
So, anyway, Mr. Billy
I know
Bob.
in this, instead, you roll an extra d10. Yeah, Billy Bob.
Okay then, I guess I'm going first.
You got this, Billy Bob.
Wait, I thought I was
will-
sneaking in.
I will give it to you. You can move up to the mouth of the cave because there's natural light that goes in, so you don't have to start off so far back.
so we can move up.
Yeah, you can all move to the mouth of the cave. Just don't go entering it until you decide what you're going to do.
Okay.
So what are you going to do, Mr. Billy Bob? How are you going to approach this? You look in and you see a dark, gloomy, damp cave. You can hear some scurrying and some... It sounds more like rodents. You can't see any rodent corpses at the moment. You do see a lot of poo.
I'll avoid the poo. But I'm just going to do silent move for now.
Sure.
There's no point in trying to avoid something if you don't know it's there yet.
Also, the best thing is, Billy Bob can see the poop. Even when it starts getting a little bit too dark for most people to see the poop.
Just as a reminder for me, the only one that can't see in the dark is Warhammer, right?
She didn't
Alrighty.
get night vision.
Already.
Wait, you have night vision?
Already a spell just for you then.
I
Billy
rolled the...
Bob, would you like to move forwards?
I will.
You can't run, but you can full move.
Yeah,
it's
you,
combat. Okay.
yeah, Zena, when I went and thingied, you know when you get like talent for being human.
Oh, you rolled that one.
Yeah, I got night vision.
Nice.
Cool. Azurif.
I actually got
Yeah.
kind of bullshit because I got resistance to magic out of it too.
You and your luck.
No, Azurif,
running
you can,
is
Azurif, you can start off at the mouth of the cave where Lysiara
Okay.
and same with you, Miss Wilhelmina.
okay.
All right.
Let's see. Full move for me is 6. A run action is base move times 3, right? Or
It's on your sheet.
Yeah, it should be down by combat.
it's been such a while.
So under your core stats.
But yeah, it's move times 3.
Yeah, move times 3.
All the benefits and drawbacks of running.
move to there.
Rip stealth.
Miss Wilhelmer.
Would I need to
Can I
roll
a
silent move as well or
sneak
not?
check? Silent
You
move.
can roll if you wish to go up silently. Then by all means.
I'm
I think
gonna
he just ran,
try.
so I don't think he can silent move.
I'm
If you
gonna
ran,
fail,
you can't. Unfortunately.
but I'm gonna try. I don't have anything in silent move.
As you see Billy Bob get closer to the ground and step far more gently, far lighter, you take a cue from him and attempt the same thing, and it seems to work. You can move. I'll let you do the silent move or sneak or whatever, and you can have your full move.
Yazina. Also, Henry, that's your weapon gloves.
Miss
Nope,
Gabrielle, do
it goes for 1 hour or so long as I'm holding it.
you want to move, Jazina?
Because it's 1 hour or until you let it go, which means the moment you let it go.
Exactly, the moment I let it go, it lasts for 1 hour.
There we go.
That's
So
how it works?
is my full move
Yep.
5 or is that my half move?
Your half move is 5.
Okay, so my full move. I'm gonna do full move then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Henry, that's either it glows for an hour or stops.
There.
Yeah, now is it my turn to silent move. Let's try and silent move. That's my turn.
Cool. It's Lysiara.
Well, I'll just move right next to. Full move is. I don't know. I'll just move a full move of 10. About
Sure.
here and stop.
Mr. Billy Bob.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, Wilhelm, I do remember your weapon is glowing.
do I see anything else in the cave, or is it still pitch black?
It's still dark. There is a light being given off behind you, which sheds some shadows and some light into the din. You can see several cobwebs. In fact, as you look round, the light seems to reflect off the silk and off the glue. You make out more and more cobwebs as you look up. The ceiling is covered in them. You think you can see a skeleton trapped in one, and you can tell that the path goes off in 2 directions, but you don't see anything else.
This is one dark cave.
Was that your full turn?
That was, yeah.
Mr. Azurif.
We'll move to there.
Clank, 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 clank.
Miss Wilhelmer.
Another silent move.
No, you can keep your last one.
To there.
Okay. Miss Gabrielle.
I guess I'm going to here.
Are you gonna be standing on poop?
I would actually have to, unless I was being clever.
Damn it! Why did you say something? I was going to be
You
like,
can
you
shimmy
feel
up
this.
on the web.
Miss Lysiara.
I mean, I can
Just one-
see it.
Just
I
one thing before I move. I'm gonna look up to the ceiling and check the ceiling.
Dude, stop breaking the tropes. There's nothing ever on the ceiling.
From where you are, you don't see anything on the ceiling. No.
Also, when it comes to the darkness, all of us except Wilhelma can see for 30 feet.
I'm gonna move up behind Azureth and check the ceiling again. And that's all I can do.
Okay. You're there. No, with the lights on Miss Wilhelma, yes?
Yep.
Okay, right. So I expose a bit more. And she would probably get a bit more up that way. Mr. Billy Bob. It's your move.
Hello?
It's your move. You can see more. You can now see a light coming off of Miss Wilhelma, who's next to you. This does aid you quite nicely.
Can I roll perception on whatever's in front of me?
You sure?
Yeah, it's perception.
Nope.
It looks like a dead creature. You don't know what creature it is. It's quite large. It's like the size of a cat. Maybe it's a cat. Azureth. It is your turn, Azureth.
A weedy boy. It did not work.
Don't move to that.
Marvellous. Miss Wilhelma, it's your turn.
To there, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, no, one tile lower. There. That's my move.
Quietly full move to here. Wait, is that moving smoothly on your guys' end?
Is that what?
I'm just trying to remember if when you do the whole space thing, it moves the token smoothly.
Yes, it does move with a line. Was that your full move, Miss Lysiara?
I'm gonna move to the edge of this poop pile, but I'm not gonna step on it, and that's my full move. I can't do anything else.
I think your foot's touching the poop pile.
Can everyone,
Yeah.
at the start of this turn, can you all please roll me perception? Sorry, there will be... Oh, actually, no, you've all got dark sight or you've got light, so yeah, sure, flat.
Am I glowing or is my rapier
Your
glowing?
weapon.
Is it just the one weapon or both?
I believe it's one.
It's-
Only a single weapon.
You've got the light of a lantern centered on you.
So I assume it's my. I'm gonna assume it's my rapier.
Nope, never mind. I failed.
Mr.
You're
Billy
not
Bob.
fortuning?
No, that was the
I have
fortune.
good fortune.
Oh,
Miss Gabrielle, Mr. Billy Bob. You peer into the darkness and you hear a scuttling. You hear something moving. And then Azurith, you tried to move your foot and realised that it's stuck. The webbing that you've stepped on has tangled round your foot, and as you jerk it, Miss Gabrielle and Billy Bob, the scuttling gets louder and louder. And that's where we'll leave it for this episode. So,
Yeah, bloody serious. We're gonna an hour.
thank you very much.
We don't-
I believe Henry has to leave soon.
I have to leave, yeah.
We will leave on this cliffhanger, which I was quite looking forward to dropping.
But there are no cliffs though.
Yeah, you're under a mountain. Well, no, you're not. You're under.
We
in a
can
hole.
make.
Yeah.
We just need tons of explosives.
I hope you've all enjoyed, and the dwarf can get you that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. So, take care, everyone, and as always, bye bye for now.